It's always complicated. In Stone Mountain, Georgia, Confederate symbols, Confederate signs, and a giant Confederate carving loom over a community that today is largely black and aiming for diversity. The city, like so many where we live, defies easy definitions. So does its most prominent resident. Kim Jackson is a farmer,
here they come. Come on, boys and girls.
a priest, a podcaster, and as of this year,
Come on, goats, Carolina.
a state senator.
I like to tell people, Stone Mountain is represented by a black queer woman farmer. And the people who began that carving, I'm sure, could not have imagined that.
Across America, she's one in a wave of black female legislators seeking to do right by black farmers. In Illinois, Sonia Harper successfully pushed a Farmer Equity Act to make their policies more inclusive. In Ohio, Cleveland's Juanita Brent is the ranking member on the House Agriculture Committee and has advocated for minority hemp growers. In North Carolina, State Senator Natalie Murdoch introduced a Black Farmer Restoration Program and hosted a Black Farmer Summit. Different legislators in different states, with farming in their past or present, hope to steer a fair future.
I think oftentimes because we're dealing with policy, we have to think about things in large swaths, which ultimately ends up making people think in stereotypes. And so when you have somebody who kind of brings a mashup of identities, it really helps to bust through some of those stereotypes.
3 hours south of Stone Mountain, Albany, Georgia, is complicated too. It's a largely black town in a largely rural space, with hundreds of black farmers historically cut off from markets and loans.
There are so many who struggled.
Shirley Sherrod has supported these farmers for half a century, mainly through the Southwest Georgia Project.
Our farmers can't afford the infrastructure. When you go up against a door so many times and it's closed, most folk would have given up.
This past spring, the state legislature budgeted for the group $100,000 to help farmers better reach customers.
So it's been around for 50 years?
Yes.
And how many times has it received any kind of funding from the state legislature?
Not once, not one time until Senator Jackson. It says to me that until you get people in office who understand your plight, who are willing to fight for what they know is right, it won't happen.
I'm having a hard time going on record saying this, but I mean, this is just the facts. Like, in Georgia, funding has gone to people who know people. And when you're commissioner, and all the commissioners in the history of Georgia have been white men who have been white farmers, they've helped out their friends.
It's easy to categorize white as rural, black as urban.
Here you go, boys and girls.
Jackson is a Democrat, but her budget request cleared a largely Republican state legislature.
Come on, duckies.
Her journey, much like her city, is complicated. But within those complications are common bonds. That's where she pins her hope.
There's some solidarity among farmers, no matter what your race is. We know what it is to work outside. We know what it is to work with your hands and to work hard, and we know how fickle the industry can be.
In Stone Mountain, Georgia.
All right, we're gonna be done here.
I'm Matt Pearl.
All done.